Apple promised an AI revolution, but right now it feels more like an AI confusion. Features delayed, Siri still dumb, and users asking a brutal question: did Apple's AI revolution flop before it even started? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes we'll break down what Apple did wrong, what they're secretly doing right, and whether your next iPhone will be AI genius, or just expensive wallpaper. This is Apple's AI dilemma, a company that sells magic, stuck with AI that doesn't feel magical at all. We all saw the WWDC keynote, Apple Intelligence, Smarter Siri, on-device AI, privacy first. It sounded like Apple finally woke up in the AI race. But fast forward to today, and a lot of people are wondering, did Apple ship a revolution or just really good marketing? Let's start with where the hype crashed into reality. When Apple announced Apple Intelligence, the internet went wild. A new era of personal intelligence, your iPhone understanding context, rewriting your messages, summarizing notifications. It all sounded huge. But then the question started, why is this only in beta? Why doesn't it work in my region? Why does Siri still mess up basic questions? And that's the first big red flag. Apple wasn't just late to AI. They might have been early to announcing it and late to actually delivering it. And it gets worse. Let's be honest, Siri has been a joke for years. While Google Assistant and Alexa kept getting smarter, Siri stayed. Siri. So when Apple said, Siri is finally getting AI-powered superpowers, expectations skyrocketed. But underneath the shiny keynote, you still have a voice assistant with years of technical debt and design decisions that were never built for modern generative AI. And if your foundation is shaky, it doesn't matter how fancy the AI model is on top, it all starts to crack. And that leads us to Apple's biggest self-imposed handicap, privacy. Apple's whole brand is privacy. On-device processing. Minimal data collection. Your info stays yours. That sounds amazing until you realize modern AI loves data. Giant oceans of it. Apple is trying to do big AI with small data, and a lot of that has to live on your device. Great for your privacy. Tough for building massive, bleeding-edge models. So Apple is stuck in this weird place. If they protect your data, they limit their AI. If they chase AI power, they risk their entire brand. And meanwhile, the competition isn't waiting. While Apple carefully tiptoes around AI, OpenAI is dropping new models, Google is pushing Gemini into everything, Microsoft has Copilot baked into Windows and Office. These companies are shipping bold, sometimes messy, but very real AI features every few weeks. So here's the dilemma. Apple's playing long game chess, but the AI world right now is street racing, and nobody cares how elegant your move was if you're still at the traffic light. At WWDC, Apple didn't just tease ideas, they showed full-blown demos of what your iPhone would soon do. Rewrite your emails, understand context, control apps, summarize everything. But when users got their hands on it, limited regions, limited devices, limited features. And even where it works, a lot of people are saying, this doesn't feel like the future I was promised. And once you break that trust, it's hard to win it back, especially when your entire brand is built on it just works. So, is Apple's AI revolution already a flop? On the surface, it kind of looks like one, late to the AI party, underwhelming early features, confused users, and a Siri that still feels tired. But this is Apple we're talking about. They have a history of showing up late and then taking over. So let's flip the script for a second. What if Apple's AI strategy isn't failing? It's just playing a completely different game. Apple has 3 weapons almost nobody else has: a massive ecosystem, iPhone, Mac, iPad, Watch, CarPlay, all tightly integrated. Hardware plus software control. They design the chips, the OS, and the experience. A user base that actually updates their devices. When Apple finally gets something right, they don't need users to sign up or install anything. They just push an update, and boom, it's everywhere. So imagine this. Apple finally nails AI in 2026, and 1 billion devices suddenly get smarter overnight. That doesn't sound like a flop. That sounds terrifying for their competitors. And don't forget, Apple doesn't need to build every AI model themselves. They can partner. We're already seeing whispers of Apple integrating other AI models under the hood, so you get the power of big AI with Apple's privacy and UX. Instead of bragging about model sizes and tokens, Apple wants to brag about one thing. Does this make your life simpler? The risk? If they wait too long, users might stop asking, when will Apple catch up, and start asking, do I even need Apple in an AI-first world? This is what some analysts call the innovator's dilemma. You're so successful with one product, the iPhone, that you become scared to disrupt it with something new. If AI truly changes how we use computers, and Apple's best answer is Siri, but slightly less painful, that's a real problem. So here's the million-dollar question. Will Apple reinvent itself with AI? Or will AI quietly reinvent the world without Apple? Right now, Apple's AI revolution feels unfinished. Not a total flop, but definitely not the game changer the marketing promised yet. Apple still has time, money, talent, and ecosystem power to pull off something huge. But the AI race is no longer about who looks the coolest on stage. It's about who ships the tools you actually use every day. So I want to hear from you. Is Apple just late but dangerous? Or has the AI train already left the station without them? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if this gave you something to think about. Subscribe for more No BS tech breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.